Today I want to give you guys a behind the scenes of how I organize and run my print-on-demand business in the back end. So if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Ben. I talk about building e-commerce and print-on-demand side hustles and making money online from various online income sources. So check out my YouTube channel and my blog, skipwithben.com, if you guys are interested in learning more. But in this video today, I'm going to give you guys kind of a sneak peek behind the scenes of what I'm doing in the back end to essentially organize and run my print-on-demand business. So I'm going to show you guys how I organize all my design files, how to easily get all of the information and design files that you already have on Merch by Amazon exported. Number three, I'm going to show you guys how to compile kind of a master organization list. And finally, I'm going to show you guys one way to actually automate or kind of speed up the automation process to upload designs to new platforms. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right in. I'm going to show you guys first of all what the kind of end results or goal is, and that's to have essentially a kind of home base for your print-on-demand business on your local computer. Or this could be in the cloud, but for me, this is on my local computer, and this is my kind of master organization file. Obviously, I've blacked out a lot of this information here, but it's going to give us essentially kind of a working space that has all of the information we need on each of our products or designs, and also tell me where I've already uploaded this product, where I need to upload it, etc. If there's any problems with it, all of that good stuff. So this is kind of the final result of this video and what we're talking about today. But this has the title, the brand name, the bullets, description, tags, the product color. So this is what my design looks best on. In this case, this is going to look best on a white background. The design ID, which gets exported in some of the later steps we'll talk about in a second. If it's already published on Merch by Amazon, more information about the tags, the price, and finally, I have kind of the publication status. So this helps me, especially as I'm going through the process of expanding to new platforms, telling me, hey, you've already published this here, but we're missing it on Redbubble or Zazzle, etc. So this is our end result. So now we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna walk you guys kind of systematically through this. Now, the easiest way to think about this is obviously having one centralized folder on your local desktop. And I'll tell you guys, for the sake of this video, I just created this folder. So take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt and then apply it to your business how you guys want. This is just a kind of rough idea of what I'm doing. And this will probably get streamlined and updated through, the next coming months. So I will keep sharing updates with you guys. But here we have the organization file in one folder. I have some automation upload files that I'll show you guys a little bit later. I have an export file, and then I have all my design files here. Now we only have one design file in here, and it's important for you guys to know, I designed some of my designs, and then I also have a designer. So what happens if I design my own design, I will just download it and drop it into this folder. I want everything centralized in one place. However, with my designer, what happens is I normally will then go and actually ask my designer to create certain designs, and then he will go and actually upload these into a shared Google Drive folder. So here we have a shared folder, and it has different various dates on it. So for example, I can see on any given day of any given year what files he completed and uploaded in here. And what I'll do is I'll go into these folders, actually grab the design files, download them, and then those are the files that are gonna get put into this folder. So I have everything centralized in one location on my desktop. So that's kind of how I organize my design files, so they're all in one place. Obviously, this is just the PNGs, so there's also sometimes the Photoshop design files, etc. So there might be other things, but again, just keep everything in one place. Now, number two, guys, this is one thing that's going to save you a ton of time. If you're already selling on Merch by Amazon, maybe you have a couple thousand designs. There is one kind of little hack that really helped me with this process, because I already had 2,000 products live before I decided I wanted to actually organize my business. And instead of going manually through everything, one simple way you can actually get all of your data is by using the Google Chrome extension Productor. So as you guys can see here on my dashboard, I have a few extra tabs here: Productor, Dashboard, Manage, and Stats. So this is a free Google Chrome extension, and it's super useful. I'm just gonna hop over here. I already have opened up, but the Productor Manage page. And you'll see here this bar is already exporting a file, which I already actually have downloaded for the sake of time. But if we click here on Export, you guys will see there's a bunch of different features here. But what I actually like to do is, and when I was getting started with this process, is I just clicked on this feature right here, Products with Designs in Excel. What this is gonna do, it's gonna take all of the data and all of the products that you have listed on Merch by Amazon. It's gonna export all of the files, so all the design files, which makes it really easy for us to grab everything at once and put it in that design file folder. And then it's also gonna give us an Excel file that has a lot of the information we need to actually get started with this, to compile our master file folder, and also to help with some of this automated uploading that we'll talk about in a second. So I've already done this, I've already downloaded this, so I'm gonna show you guys the example of what this actually looks like. Again, I've already kind of blacked out some of this stuff here, but as you guys can see, this has exported thousands of different files for me and the data that I need. So this is saving me, probably hundreds of hours of manual kind of work to go through all this. And essentially, just a high level, what this is going to give me is the title, the description, related tags, long tail tags, bullet points. If I have my products listed in some of the foreign markets, it's also going to give me details on those markets, the price that I'm selling for. And one of the most important things here, it's going to tell us where it put our image on our computer. And this is going to be really, really useful because one, it helps us locate these files locally. And number two, for kind of the final step in this video, if you guys are using any kind of automation software to upload your designs to other platforms, this is going to come in handy as well. And then finally, the brand name tells me if it's published or not published on Merch by Amazon, etc. So what I've done is I will go and export this file. Now I have kind of the starting ground for my master organization file. So from this file, I'm then going to compile kind of the organization styling that I want. So I've created a new essentially a new Excel sheet here. And this is my central hub. So again, going back to what I showed you guys earlier. So I've just taken a lot of this information off of the Productor export. So I have the title, brand name, the bullet 1, 2, description, tags. The product color is probably one of the only pieces here that I manually go and fill in. And so I'll put the hex code in. And normally about probably 95% of my designs are looking best on black. And then maybe another, I'd say about half of them look best on both black and white. But there's only maybe 5% that don't really work with black or white. So it makes it pretty easy to fill this in, even if you guys have hundreds or thousands of designs. The design ID, I have published status, tags again. And finally, the last piece for me is to have the status on these other platforms I'm expanding to. So as you guys can see with this design, it's published on Merch by Amazon, it's published on Etsy, it's published on Spreadshirt, but not on these other platforms. So now I have a very clear picture of what's going on with this design. Obviously, maybe there's other things that you want to do with this. Maybe you want to reorganize it in your own way here. So there's a bunch of other stuff that you can actually do. And I forgot and I skipped over this, but we also have the design path here at the beginning and also the Google Drive file date or folder date. So if I have added this design from something my designer has created, we can see that I will also incorporate the date of the folder. So for example, this design right here would have been from March 31st of 2018. So if I ever need to go up to that folder and find the original file again, I definitely can do that. But otherwise, we have everything we essentially need here. So that's kind of how I organize my master organization file for my business. Why this is useful is because one, it helps me with consistency across platforms. So if I want to expand from Merch by Amazon to Etsy and all these other platforms, I don't have to rewrite my title, my description, etc. I can take this information right from here. So the title, the bullets, etc. and literally go fill that into the information on these other platforms. Number two, if you guys have a team and you're using someone else to kind of help you with any of the aspects here, maybe they're editing some of your listings once they're already published and optimizing for SEO. This is something that you can share with them, either the Excel file, or you can even upload this maybe to Google Drive or whatever it is, and turn this into a Google Sheet. All of these things are just ways that you guys can pretty much help automate and streamline your business a bit more, but it gives you a central working hub. And finally, this is going to help with automating the upload process. So I'm just going to show you guys one example of that. We're not going to go super far into it, but I use POD Connect to actually help with some of the uploading process. However, I will tell you guys, you need to be careful and think about this for yourselves because some platforms do not allow you to use any kind of automation related software. However, I do use POD Connect specifically with uploading to Printful, which is kind of the hub for uploading to Etsy and to Seller Central and some of the other platforms. So what I want to show you guys finally is how I actually do this. So we have our master organization file here. And then if I go back to my folder here, we can see that I actually have gone ahead and created another folder called POD Connect Upload Files. And I've created within this a additional Excel sheet that has data from my master file here. So we have the image path. So this is going to be telling the software where on our desktop this file is, the title, the bullet, tags, price, and the color it looks best on. So I can now take this and actually go over to POD Connect, and I can actually click CSV with headers, import the data from my sheet, and then I can actually go and take it and upload it to any of these various platforms here. Now again guys, I mentioned that I'm pretty conservative with using automated uploading software. However, I have been loving this, especially with using this with Printful, because it helps me essentially quickly upload my designs to Printful, which I can then publish to Seller Central and to my various Etsy storefronts. So once I've actually set up all the settings in here, which is for another video, I can go ahead and just click start uploading, which is going to automatically start this uploading process. Which makes it very, very quick and easy to go through this. So if you guys want me to create another video about how I use POD Connect and to walk through this, I'm happy to do that as well. That is essentially how I'm going through the process of running through everything with my print on demand business to kind of streamline this process. So anyway, I hope you guys got some value out of that. This is just a peek behind the scenes, but let me know in the comments if there's anything that you guys are doing that's really helping in the background of your print on demand business. I'm very curious and always looking to kind of step up my game with this process. So that's it for this one. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to learn more, and stay tuned, and we will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.